Hello, I finally went to the dark auction in Hypixel Skyblock. But first, let me explain what the dark auction is. The dark auction is just an auction house that's dark. Okay, that was a horrible joke. But actually, the dark auction is where you sell your soul just to buy the goods. Nah, I was joking again. Or was I? You don't actually sell your soul, but you do give up a large amount of money that you spent grinding for just for some overpriced items. So, why did I decide to finally go to the dark auction? Well, it's because of this guy, Scorpius. I'm actually serious. Get it? Serious? Anyways, I'm actually serious when I say that this guy is the reason why I decided to go to the dark auction. He bribed me with candy. I'm joking again. So if you did not know, if this guy is mayor on Hypixel Skyblock, he will add more rounds to the dark auction, and he will also add some unique items to the dark auction. So I had some money, a bit more than 200 million coins to spend. I could buy an Ender Dragon pet, okay. Or, go to the dark auction and spend money because I'm dumb. Of course, I decided, yeah, let's go to the dark auction. Before Scorpius was mayor, I had set a goal for myself. I wanted to buy a hegemony artifact and a plasma nucleus. I predicted that the price would drop. But by how much? I would assume 60% off, but that ended up being very optimistic. You will find out what I mean later. So to get to the dark auction, you should just look at the video and follow where I'm going. The dark auction only happens every 55th minute of an hour. So for example, 1:55 p.m., 2:55 p.m., etc. Make sure that you're looking at your actual clock and not the Hypixel Skyblock time. When it is time, you have to right click Sirius and he will drag you down to hell. I mean the dark auction. The first time I went to the dark auction entrance, I did not know what to expect. But then I saw two people with the rat pets out and I was like, maybe I should join the ritual in hopes of a good dark auction lobby. Because apparently sometimes you can get into a lobby where there's less people contesting certain items. Too bad most dark auction lobbies I got into were full of people paying for the market price or overpaying. Maybe it's because I did not get cheese from my rat pet. Maybe this KK Paradise person got lucky in the dark auctions because they got cheese from the rat pet. Anyways, I ended up switching to my Jerry pet and that may have been why my IQ dropped throughout all the dark auctions I went to. You might also be wondering why I'm not wearing any armor. It's because being naked is the best way to win an auction. Who would dare to outbid someone that's naked? I also only have an AOT in my inventory. The reason why an AOT is in my inventory is because sometimes my computer can't load chunks fast, so I need to use my AOT. But typically it's tradition to not have anything in your inventory and not wear armor. The tradition probably started because I think people got wiped due to a bug when entering the dark auction. The admins probably fixed that, but it's better to be safe than sorry. It doesn't hurt going in without anything. Just make sure you have some money on you and probably a booster cookie so that you don't somehow die with your money. I don't know how someone would die, but honestly, it probably happened to someone. You must have some hidden talent to die in the server hub. So when I entered the dark auction, I was greeted with a pleasant surprise, 1,000 coins. Dang, I'm rich. Also, Sirius told me to go down the basement. That definitely sounds safe, guys. Anyways, the first thing on the dark auction was the Wither artifact. It went for 47 million coins, which might seem like a good deal, but a few days later, it did decrease by 7 mil. But man, this Power 7 book, holy moly, do people actually spend 80 million coins on extra damage on their bow? I guess you know you're rich when you can afford to spend millions of coins on a very small buff. Then there's the legendary parrot pet. Not a bad pet to have, but the parrot will probably repeat the words, "Why did you buy me and scam yourself?" Then a Sharp 7 book was up on the dark auction, which surprised me because it's cheaper than the Power 7 book. Maybe Power 7 book prices are manipulated or because everyone just has a Terminator. Or someone just wants to put Power 7 on their Juju bill. I won't question it. And finally, the Hegemony artifact. It went for 320 million coins, which is still cheaper than when Scorpius was not mayor, but eventually that dropped to 280 million coins over the course of a few days. Sadly, I ended up not buying the Hegemony artifact because it did not go for sale for 60% off. It was originally 350 million coins before Scorpius was mayor, so it only went for sale for 20 to 30% off. But I did end up purchasing a plasma nucleus for 185 million coins. But I did not buy the plasma nucleus because it was a good deal. I bought it because I did not want to end up with nothing. After going to so many dark auctions, I had to buy something, even if it meant that the item was completely useless. Now, I have a plasma flux to flex on my friends. I think that buying recombobulators to recon my accessories would have been a better decision, but hey, floating purple block looks cool. Anyways, the dark auction may seem like a waste of time for me, but no, it wasn't, because free content! Hey, okay, but it was actually a good learning experience. What did I learn from this? Well, firstly, I'm broke. Secondly, when you go to the dark auction, you should have the intention of buying something. Even if you overpay by a little, because at the end of the day, overpaying a little is fine because you will get the seal of the family. Thirdly, never go to the darker auction when it is the first day or the last day. I noticed that the prices are highest during those days when Scorpius was mayor. I think when Scorpius is elected, you should wait 2 to 3 days for the best price. I missed out on the plasma nucleus being around 170 million coins because I waited too long. Rest in peace, my 15 million coins. I mean, the trend might change in the future, but I believe that prices will always drop when Scorpius is mayor because there's more supply. For investors of Scorpius items, it is also good to know that Scorpius will come back in around 4 months, real life time. So if you're looking to sell your Scorpius items, I think 3 months after the mayor will be a smart choice. After all the dark auctions I went to, I also learned that flower meanings average around 10 to 12 million coins. That's good to know because flower meanings cannot be put in the normal auction house, so not a lot of people know the price of them. Anyways, hopefully you bought something useful from the darker auction. And if you did not have the money to buy something, well, maybe think about saving up some money. Just be careful of the prices. You don't want to buy something that will only drop in value unless you're super rich.